The NCAA, the Big Ten, and Maryland athletics take great pride in the conduct and good sportsmanship of all student athletes and coaches. We encourage all fans to support our team in a positive manner while showing respect to the participants, team personnel, officials, and those around you. Profane, racist, sexist, sexual orientation, and other derogatory comments or other intimidating actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Rutgers Field.
What do you play by play for the first?
Can I do it in a second?
Yeah.
I actually haven't done one in because so I have really bad eyesight, and I didn't realize how bad it was until I was commentating, and then I couldn't see numbers. So I did it with Noah last time.
What?
I did it with Noah last time, so I just made him do play-by-play. Good. I have my glasses now, so I can try, but I'll do second round.
Andy, Nacho's Fruit Crunch Ice Cream, and ice cold Pepsi product. And welcome to the Hangout and Legally Blonde Day here at Rutgers Field. In true Elwood fashion, Maryland women's soccer would like to welcome all Maryland University sororities in attendance.
What's your last name, Cindy?
Stop over to the marketing table for your chance to win a free Keurig coffee machine. And fans, stick around after the match for post-race game autographs. Grab a limited edition Legally Blonde autograph featuring the 2025 women's soccer team from the marketing table. Autographs will take place around the fence post-game. And Maryland Athletics would like to thank the following corporate partners for their continued support of Maryland women's soccer. Toyota, the University of Maryland Medical Center, Planet Fitness, Team Fitter 602, Lido Pizza, FH Burner, and Under Armour. Thank you for your support of Maryland women's soccer. Under Armour is proud out that the University of Maryland women's soccer team is the world's most innovative footwear, uniforms, and training gear. Visit UA.com to get your
So I'll bring us in this little intro. This is the last game of the season, but let's take a look at this Maryland team.
Yeah.
They had a promising start, then it went downhill. We lost to UCLA on a 7-game losing streak. They've been shut out, and then I don't see a few other notes. I'll say, let's take a look at this Maryland team. Like, what are your thoughts on the season?
You can also talk about they're right next to each other in the Big Ten standings.
Yeah. I'll say that, and then say a couple things, and then kick it off to you. The more statistical stuff.
Yeah. I don't really have as much on Rutgers.
I have
but
a little bit.
Field notes.
They have back-to-back shutouts to kick off the season.
Yeah.
And then you could just talk about they lost to Penn State, and then I would just talk about how Big Ten is it's more demanding, you have to be more consistent or whatever. Just some bullshit.
Yeah. Try to find the Rutgers field notes.
You can talk about Maryland and I'll say, all right, now let's dive deep into this Rutgers team more. What's been going on with that in my hands.
Yeah.
What's your improv? What we go?
Yeah, we got it.
soccer. Yeah, I'm hearing know a lot, but I hope you guys lose. Yeah, I love you, but no, wait. What time did Alyssa leave? That's funny, Alyssa. Alright, go. How many games have you called, like, in your life?
This is like the third ever. I did one in high school, but I did like my morning news, which is kind of like I would do like sports on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just on camera, so it's fine.
Yeah, so it's like enough experience.
Yeah.
It's like the third official year, I guess. How about you?
We didn't have a radio in high school, so I did like PA announcing, like what he's doing, like announcing, like welcome,
Yeah.
women's soccer. And then here I did one soccer, one softball, one volleyball.
Okay.
Back here.
Do you want to go into like sports commentating?
Yeah, so that one.
Yeah. Any sports specifically?
Right now, I mean, they kind of start me off with like the lower levels.
Yeah.
But, like if I had to choose, it'd be basketball.
Okay. Mine is soccer. So.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, this is perfect for you.
Yeah.
Have you done field hockey?
I've done.
I would actually kill this. I
did it in high school, and it was like.
I know nothing about it. Actually, no terminology.
Yeah, I feel like it is pretty similar to soccer in like a weird way. Like they've got offsides, like the same number of players. Like.
Yes.
For the most part, it's kind of.
Also, want to do hockey because I played.
Okay. Ice hockey?
Yeah. Do you want to start this soon?
Yeah. Is there another?
Yeah. Let me know if you can hear me. Hello. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, this probably looks. We're muted, right?
No. Good afternoon from College Park. My name is Justin Haberman. Alongside with me today is Cindy Schwartz with WMUC Sports. The Maryland Terrapins get set to host the Rutgers Scarlet Knights in Big Ten women's soccer. Maryland is back on their home field looking to snap a 7-game losing streak, while Rutgers comes in ready to test themselves in Big Ten play once again. It should be a fun, competitive game, and we're glad you're with us as we get set for kickoff. Now, Cindy, let's take a look at this Maryland team. Their season is coming to an end with this being their last game, but let's just recap the 2025 season so far.
I mean, they started off the season strong, opening with a 3-0 win against Lehigh and beat St. Francis 5-0, showing great opening signs of play, but unfortunately they've started to go downhill, currently with a 7-game losing streak, recently to Ohio State losing 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, they had a setback definitely, and it's tough playing in this Big Ten conference. And on the other hand, let's take a look at this Scarlet Knights team. You mentioned before the broadcast, they're right next to each other in the standings. And Scarlet Knights, they had a promising start as well. They started the season with back-to-back shutouts against NJIT and Fairfield. A little later, they had a 2-0 win over Indiana, a couple ties early on. And then, despite the strong start, they lost 2-1 to Penn State, where Rutgers was outshot and struggled to match their opponent's intensity. And, you know, consistency is still a question. It's tough to play in the Big Ten Conference, and that's really, just the challenge with these Big Ten matchups.
Yeah, we've seen that. Rutgers is above Maryland in the standings, but they are facing similar seasons. They're doing a bit better. They've got a strong goalkeeper in the back with Olivia Bodmer. They've got a graduate, Nata Ramirez, who's also doing well for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. But then we see Eva Mowry, Kelsey Smith for Maryland, and we know it's going to be a great midfield matchup.
Yeah, I mean, also, yeah, Kelsey Smith, you mentioned the forward. She's been cited as the team as leading the team in goals and points early in the season. She led the Terps with 3 goals and 7 points at one point. Ava Morales, a midfielder and a forward, named one of the Big Ten players to watch for 2025. Her dual ties with others for team assists and is a captain. Also, Tahira Turner-Morales, the defender and midfielder, is a captain for this season. As we introduce Rutgers and the Terps as they take the field. Ludwig Field, College Park. Pitch perfect day, 1 p.m. kickoff.
Defense, a senior from Medford, New York, number 6, Alyssa Abramson. At midfield, a sophomore out of Stafford, Virginia, number 8, Emily Leonard. At forward, a senior out of Potomac, Maryland, number 13, Delaney DiMartino. At forward, a redshirt junior out of Elkridge, Maryland, number 14, Kelsey Smith. At forward, a junior from Philadelphia, number 22, Lisa McIntyre. On defense, a redshirt junior out of Alexandria, Virginia, number 23, Tahira Turner-Morales. At forward, a redshirt junior from Arnold, Maryland, number 26, Ava Mowry. On
Wins, 8 losses, 3 ties against each other. For the start of the game, Maryland has a rough history versus Rutgers with 8 losses, but also 7 wins and 3 ties. Their last matchup was in October of 2024, ending with a 1-1 tie.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the story of Big Ten. It's very competitive. Maryland has a lot of rivals in the Big Ten and, a lot of ups and downs. And we welcome you back to College Park, Maryland on WMUC Sports Radio. I'm Justin Haberman. For my partner, Sydney Schwartz, it's the Rutgers Scarlet Knights and the Maryland Terrapins as we get ready for kickoff here at Ludwig Field. And the Terps will start with possession. It's Alyssa Abramson. Chops it softly into the offensive end as Maryland goes to work. Ava Morales chips it forward for Lisa McIntyre. Gets it over to space near the Big Ten sign. Abramson with it again. Back on the sideline. Chips over to Delaney DiMartino, who gives a lead pass to Kelsey Smith. Smith tries to make a move on the sideline but can't work, so it'll be out of bounds. And Rutgers first possession of the game.
We're already seeing Maryland on the front foot. They're starting with 3 in the back, a change from their usual games. But as we know, this is the last game of the regular season, so might as well try out new things.
Yeah, so instead of Rutgers' possession, it'll be a corner kick taken by Maryland. First corner of the game. Oh, almost on goal. That was, I believe, Lisa McIntyre with the header, but the goaltender for the Rutgers makes the play. Rutgers works it across midfield. Here's the first offensive chance for the Rutgers down the sideline. Just makes a move, chips it over into the box into dangerous territory. We get a whistle here. Let's see what the call is.
And that's offside for Rutgers. Already in the first couple minutes, we're seeing some offensive chances from both teams. It's going to look like an end-to-end game.
Abramson controls, dribbles it up herself. Almost gives it away, as she does, to Julia Joseph with the first shot of the game, and Faith Lucky keeps it out of harm's way. So first shot, first save of the game for Faith Lucky.
We've already seen 2 saves from both keepers, Olivia Bodmer and Faith Lucky. I wonder where this is going to go from what the offense needs to change.
Just Lucky boots one downfield all the way down to Bodmer, and Maryland's attack goes to work. So we'll get a throw in on the far end for Maryland. That's Ava Morales, number 2, the star midfielder for the Terps. Maryland gets it back to Lucky. They'll regroup. The defenders play catch. Now Tahira Turner-Morales will dribble it up herself. The Terps get it across the midfield line, down the sideline, but the Rutgers defender is there to take it away. First takeaway of the game for Rutgers as they try to break out. Bodmer plays it softly. Chips it over the head of Julia Joseph, so one miscue there, and the Terps take control on the sideline. That's Delaney DiMartino with the throw-in, who gives it to Kelsey Smith. Smith is in the corner. She's doubled. Let's see what she'll do here. She'll chops it softly into the box, but the Rutgers player is there to break it out. Turner-Morales keeps it out of harm's way there.
We're seeing some great forward play from Rutgers so far. We saw the little give and go down the right sideline. They're going to want to keep doing that to move past Maryland's defense.
Lucky plays it down the field, just across the midline, but Rutgers' defense is there to keep the attack on. Julia Joseph will play it for Rutgers. Joseph plays it to the sideline. Gets it over to Olivia Rusomano. Rusomano dribbles to the middle of the field. Too strong there, and a takeaway by the Terps. Kelsey Smith with it now on the near sideline, right in front of her bench. A little give and go action. Kelsey Smith with it, taken away by Ava Morales, her teammate, who regroups back to Delaney DiMartino. They'll flip the field, and Alyssa Abramson keeps control for the Terps. Kelsey Smith with it now, dribbles into center field, into 3 players, tried to get it over to her teammate, but the referee was in the way. So Maryland will have it just across the midfield line. Kelsey Smith gets tripped up, taken away by Joseph. Joseph tries to chip it forward, but to hear him, Turnage Morales is there to give it over to Faith Lucky, and this Terps defense looks pretty strong as they maintain possession throughout this first half so far, as Abramson almost trips up but gets away from 2 defenders. Back over to her teammate Turnage Morales. Abramson kicks one downfield off the head of Kelsey Smith, but Rutgers will play it to Bodmer, the goaltender.
Turnage Morales is going to be very important for the Terps this game. She's been very locked down in the defense throughout their season. They don't want to let that up in the last game.
Kennedy Cotter will play it for the Terps. Tries to get it to her teammate, but Delaney DiMartino is there to take it away, as the Terps have worked it on the sideline for majority of the game, trying to get some offense going and generating opportunities. But although the ball has lived on this offensive side for the Terps, they really can't break through this Rutgers defense.
No, they cannot. Rutgers is playing 4 in the back, very strong. They've seen it all season, but Maryland has stars like Kelsey Smith, leads the team in goals with 6. They're going to need her to do some magic to get past them.
You're right, as Rutgers goes to work here on offense. Joseph plays it over to Marcia Ajo. Rutgers goes on the far end now, tries to attack the weak side of the field. They get it across midfield up on the sideline, but the Terps defense is there. Out of bounds on the far end, so Rutgers throw in. Rutgers plays it on the sideline just across the midfield line for the Terps. 0-0 game here, 37 minutes left in the first half. We've seen a couple shots on both ends, but this Rutgers team finally having momentum and possession for the first time. It's Kennedy Cotter getting it across. And that shot is over the head of Faith Lucky and onto the other end, but Rutgers is there to maintain possession. That's Rusomano again working on Delaney DiMartino. Faith Lucky almost had to make the save there, but the Terps defenders closed the door on that shot. And the Terps are able to break out. Kelsey Smith goes to work, couple dribble moves, plays it back to her defender, finds open field, and gave it away. She gave it away to a Rutgers midfielder. That's Patricia Sokos. Sokos falls to her feet, gets over to a defender, though. Rutgers now inside the box. A shot blocked by the Terps defender, and Faith Lucky gets the rolling ball, and the Terps hold on.
Very frantic gameplay from both sides so far.
Lucky will give a soft kick just across midfield into open play, and it'll be out of bounds, so throw-in for Rutgers just in front of the Maryland Terrapins bench. Smith fell. They look for a call there, but nothing from the ref as we play on here. It's Marcia Ojo still getting harassed by Eva Mowery. We mentioned her earlier in the pregame, Sydney. Eva Mowery, how great she's been for this Terps team.
Yeah, she's been very strong. 17 games played and 3 starts. This is her 4th. She's looking to make an impact, the redshirt junior.
As Cotter gets it across midfield line, just going right through this Terps defense, but she tried to cross it over to her teammate. She wasn't there, and it went out of bounds just under that Maryland women's soccer sign in the far end.
Easily could have been the opening goal for Rutgers there if she had taken the shot.
Yeah, that was a dangerous opportunity. I mean, the Terps defense just let her walk right in. It can't happen if you
Caught Lucky off her line. I mean, wide open net.
Lucky, almost a line drive kick here to Kelsey Smith, but she gave it right back to Julia Joseph. Cotter will play it. Gives it to Gabriella Gill, and the Rutgers defense will try to break out. As they do, Maryland Terrapins, they are playing very soft attack right now, not really pressuring this Rutgers defense. Though Cotter just fell there. I don't think anyone touched her, and the ball landed right into the feet of Alyssa Abramson, who plays it back to Faith Lucky. Now this Rutgers offense is really harassing the defense. Turners Morales has to get rid of it. She gets it back to Delaney DiMartino. Smith with it now. Gave it away, but Maryland got it back to Abramson. Abramson on the far end finally boots one all the way downfield. Ahead for Eva Mowery. Mowery can't get there, though. And Rutgers defense recovers. It's Patricia Sokos on the far end. Keeps it in play. No, it's out of bounds, but
dangerous looking ball for Maryland there.
Yeah, if she didn't touch it, I believe that would have been out of bounds off of Rutgers, but we have a Maryland throw-in finally on the offensive end here. Let's see if they can get some action going after a couple dangerous opportunities for Rutgers. 33 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half. DiMartino, can she keep it in bounds? She can, but there's a whistle on the field that we have an injured player. It's a Scarlet Knight. Grabbing at her leg there. Looks like she's going to be down for a while, but we'll be back with you when she gets up on WMUC Sports, your Terps, your station. Tie game from Ludwood Field, 32 minutes left and 53 seconds in the first half. So it was Julia Joseph, the Scarlet Knight. She fell right in front of her own box, but she gets up and she's walking on her feet. Pretty scary play there. You don't want to see any players get hurt. Joseph, who has had an impact in this game so far already, and she'll come out.
It's going to be a Maryland free kick right at the top of the box. Very dangerous on set plays, Maryland is. They've got a lot of height in their front line. This could be their first opportunity to capitalize.
Yeah, Julia Joseph. She's a freshman from Lake Oswego, Oregon, just standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, already starting. So you said a Maryland free kick here, a set piece. Let's see what they can do. If they can put one past Olivia Bodmer, the goalkeeper for the Scarlet Knights.
Bodmer's got 208 career saves, which is the 9th in their history. Let's see how she does on their set piece.
I believe that's Alyssa Abramson. No, it's not. It looks like it is Just a Maryland midfielder taking this kick.
Emily Lenhard, I believe.
Yeah, Lenhard boots one over the net. She just missed everything. So, goalie ball, Bodmer will control, and missed opportunity there. Let's see if this Terps offense will pressure the defense. Last time they played back, they played softly, and Rutgers was able to get across the midfield line. During that timeout, head coach make some adjustments. We'll see what happens here as Bodmer plays it softly to her defender. Yep, the Terps attack goes to work as they pressure this Rutgers defense, trying to force a turnover. And they almost do, but a player's tripped up, and a whistle on the field. So it'll be Rutgers ball right in front of that Big Ten sign. Rutgers plays it softly. Back over to the bench end near the sideline. It'll be Joseph back into the game. Looks like she'll be okay after all. Joseph, a little give and go action with her teammate Kennedy Cotter. As Rutgers gets it across midfield, Cotter plays it softly. Oh, almost megged Abramson there, but she fell to her feet.
It's been a very aggressive game so far. Lots of fouls on both sides. We've seen 2 just then in the past 2 minutes. But again, this needs to be a possession-based game, and both teams, even 10 minutes now into the first half, both look very frantic on the ball.
Yeah, Cotter was working on DiMartino here. A couple dribble moves. Gets over her to her teammate, Gabrielle Gale, who plays it softly into the box of the Terps defense. But DiMartino with the takeaway gets it over to Kelsey Smith, but it's out of bounds in front of this Rutgers bench. So Rutgers will retain possession. A quick throw in here. It's Marcia Ojo with it, who gets harassed by, looks like Eva Mowry, as Rutgers flips the field and goes to the weak side near almost filled crowd here at Ludwig Field. Ali Post will play it on the far end. Across over the box, but out of bounds, so Terps ball. Faith Lucky will decide where she wants to go with this one.
Very dangerous ball in. Maryland's can't really seem to clear the ball out of their defensive third. Rutgers keep playing that ball over the top. They might get their striker on it.
Yeah. Lucky has a lot of room here. Looks like she's just going to give a hard kick all the way downfield. Gets it just across the midfield line. Right over to this Rutgers defense. It's Marcia Ojo, who plays it for Libby and Bodmer, but that pass was a little weak, and the Terps attacker almost made the play. So we got a scary header here from Tahira Turner-Morales. She collided with Ali Post, but Post gets back up on her feet. Just under 30 minutes to go in this first half. 0-0 game here. Rutgers maintaining possession. They have it in their defensive end. Julia Joseph now on the sideline. She'll make a move. Gets it over to Cotter. Turns around into Kelsey Smith, who takes it away. Plays it softly to DiMartino. DiMartino chips it up to Abramson, who gives it a soft kick over to Mowry. Mowry controls now. Good ball movement by the Terps. Eva Morales gets it up to Emily Lenhard. Lenhard, who had that free kick, but she turned it away, and the Rutgers defender just kicked it all the way into the stands, into the track, and DiMartino will throw it in right in front of her own bench.
Very promising move. We saw Eva Mowry with the hold-up play, getting Maryland attackers forward. That could have been dangerous.
Lenhard throws it into Morales. She gets it right back to Lenhard. Lenhard with it now. Gets through 2 defenders. Plays it into a double team, but chips it over to DiMartino who stepped out of bounds. It's a good ball movement here by the Terps in the midfield and their attacking end, but DiMartino stepped out of bounds, and Joseph will throw it in for the Scarlet Knights. Gets it over to Cotter, back to Joseph. Joseph plays it softly to post. Back to Cotter. Abigail Cox racing after it, but Turner's Morales beat her. But I think she hit the ball and didn't mean to, so out of bounds, and Rutgers ball deep in this Terps defensive zone. Olivier Rusomano will play it for the Scarlet Knights, chips it over to the box, but it's into a field of Terps defenders who play it softly. Lennard now. A through pass for Smith. Can she get there? She can. She makes a move. Smith has a chance. Chips it over to Morales. Morales back over. Oh, taken away. You got to shoot that, Morales. She tried to play into the box, but the Terps attacker was nowhere to be seen. Kelsey Smith gets it, though. Smith kicks one into the leg of Marcia Ojo. Gets it back, though. Smith goes to work on the Scarlet Knights defender. Makes a dribble move. Chips it softly, but Rutgers closes the door, and they get it out of harm's way. No! Abramson is there to keep it alive for the Terps. But she gave it away again to Ali Post. Post she does not have numbers. She's surrounded by 4 Terps players. Let's see what she'll do here. She has a through pass to Abigail Cox. Cox on the far end. Regroups for Rutgers. Back to Post. Post shot over the net. And that landed on top of the net. So action on both sides of play here. Post, I think, just got through in the midfield line. A bunch of Terps players in the ball found her feet, and she found a streaking Abigail Cox who generated opportunities there, but Faith Lucky will boot it away.
Almost identical opportunities on both sides of the field. We've seen 2 individual players very good at dribbling through defenders, getting past 1, 2, 3, and then finding that pass wide. Just the wrong decision from the wingers.
So a collision there between Cotter and Morales after that kick from Lucky. So the Terps will have possession. It's DiMartino and Smith going to work here on the sideline. DiMartino tried to make a move, but Marcia Ojo took it away. And the Terps get it right back. It's Lisa McIntyre. McIntyre gets it to Abramson. Abramson gets it stripped away. And Rusomano plays it on the far end for the Scarlet Knights. Rusomano faked a kick there, and she'll bring it back to the center field. And the shot just wide left from Kennedy Cotter.
Looks like she tried to chip the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Cotter's been all over the field here. Couple opportunities on both ends. 24 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the first half. 0-0 ball game here, but it looks like someone's going to cash in early. Lucky drills one downfield, but Rutgers gets it right back on the far end. The attacker working on Turner's Morales, who takes it away and out of bounds.
This will be Rutgers' first corner, and not their first set piece, but definitely more dangerous in terms of where on the field it's taking place.
Olivia Rusomano will be taking this corner kick. Rusomano, the sophomore from New Jersey. Rusomano just under that Maryland women's soccer sign on the far end. The kick is away off the right foot of Rusomano. It's a line drive kick. And the Terps defense holds on, gets it out of harm's way. But Rusomano generating opportunities there. And DiMartino is racing after it. And it's taken away by DiMartino. Joseph didn't realize that Martino was trailing right behind her. And Martino, what a play there for her to give possession to the Terps. So Abramson, Martino, Leonard, Smith. Great ball movement here. They give it to McIntyre. McIntyre in open space and a shot over the bleachers. And that one's into the tree, Sydney.
Yeah, Julia Joseph just caught sleeping a little bit. Delaney DiMartino was racing at her and just panics a little bit and gives the ball right away. Great movement.
Yeah, great opportunities there. So Bodmer will have a free kick, and she just passes it over to her defender, who the Rutgers defense looks like that when Bodmer gets free kicks. She plays it softly to the defender, and they try to dribble it out carefully, but Lucky, on the other hand, for the Terps, just boots it downfield and hopes for the best end. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, as right now for the Scarlet Knights it does. As Rusomano plays it into the feet of Abram, she turned it over. Kelsey Smith has it now. Ooh, nice move there. Smith back to Abramson. Abramson turned it over to Joseph. Joseph. A through pass from Rusomano, but it was too far, and Abramson will have a throw in on the sideline here. Abramson throws it in to Smith. Smith makes a couple moves, gets around a couple defenders, but it's eventually taken away by Cotter. Cotter goes to work on two Terps defenders, and she just kicks it out of bounds. That looks like it was meant to be a shot, but it was just way off and didn't even reach the net. So Lucky will play it. And like I said before, Lucky is probably just going to boot this one all the way downfield. No, she gives it to Abramson for the first time. Abramson playing catch with Lucky, and there's the boot that we're used to seeing. Leonard with it now, controls. Leonard plays it softly to DiMartino, back to Smith, to Morales, back to Leonard. Leonard gets it back into a wide open McIntyre. McIntyre flips the field. Passes it over to Morales. Morales in the middle of the field. Can't find any open teammates. She eventually finds Leonard, who gets it back to DiMartino. Martino will go to work one-on-one here. Martino finds Smith right in front of the box. Smith surveying her options. Passes it over to, it looks like to be Morales. Gives it to McIntyre, who shot it, but the Rutgers defender, I think, panicked and just kicked it all the way into the Terps bench, and Abramson will have the throw-in for the Terps. Back into Leonard, and the Terps continue to apply this pressure in the first half.
Seeing some great movement from Maryland all across the field, all across the box. It's really giving the Rutgers defenders some problems.
Leonard with it now, deciding what to do. Passes it over to Sam Weiner. Marcia Ojo has it for Rutgers as they try to break out. Joseph on the sideline. The Terps attack nowhere to be seen, just letting this Rutgers defense break out. Looks like they're playing very softly and waiting to force a turnover in their defensive end.
Yeah, Maryland's press has not been very high intensity. We've seen it a few times, but they're almost playing a waiting game.
As Riley McGlynn gets ready to check in for the Scarlet Knights. As a dangerous pass there gets through for Rutgers, but the Terps defense is there.
It also looks like Emma Johns is going to join her in subbing in.
Sokos will play on the far end near the sideline. 18 minutes left to go in this first half. Pretty decent sized crowd here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Kennedy Cotter plays it over for Rusomano. Rusomano works on DiMartino. She'll make a move to her left side. Chips it softly over, and Lucky's there to make the diving save. Dangerous opportunity there for Rutgers, but Lucky closed the door, and she holds on to the ball.
Might have been the most dangerous opportunity of the game so far. Great that Faith Lucky was able to get down to her right post to save that. It's very much a snapshot from Rutgers' offense.
Abramson has it now right in front of that Big Ten sign. Gets it over to McIntyre. McIntyre, a lead pass over for Sam Weiner, who chips it all the way over to Maury, over her head, and out of play. So Bodmer will have it in her own end. Gabby Sanchez also checks in for the Scarlet Knights. Riley McGlynn, Emma Jones, Gabby Sanchez check in for Rutgers. The Terps wearing their bright pink uniforms for cancer awareness, and so is Testudo roaming around these stands here at Ludwig Field.
Conveniently, it is also Legally Blonde Day here in College Park.
Legally Blonde Day. Delaney DiMartino, probably the blondest player on this field.
Showing her true Elle Woods in those bright pink kits today.
Rutgers plays it softly. Marcia Ojo has it in her own end, and absolutely nobody around her has all the time in the world as Rutgers just walks it across the midfield line. And finally, McIntyre applies some pressure. And a dangerous pass over, but Turnage Morales is there to make the play and keep it out of harm's way.
Good defending from Turnage Morales, not letting Rutgers get that corner.
Yeah, Audrey Kane will check in for Julia Joseph. Audrey Kane, a junior out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Kate Hawley for the Terps will check in, the sophomore. Sophomore forward from Rockville, Maryland, the Maryland native. Marcia Ojo has it at that Maryland logo. Plays it over to Audrey.
Little bit of a miscommunication from Rutgers defenders, who's all the way going up. Marcia Ojo plays it to number 7.
Yeah, that's Kennedy Cotter, 7 for Rutgers. Kate Hawley, another blonde on this Terps team. Out of bounds, so Audrey Kane already making her impact with a throw in here. Kane plays it to Cotter. Cotter back to Ojo, who plays it to Morgan Hapelli. Great ball movement here for the Terps, and a through pass taken away by Abramson, who kicks it out of bounds. And that's not the play you want if you're Abramson, because you're giving it right back to Rutgers. But in that moment in time, you're kind of in fight or flight, and you just kicked it out of bounds, and Rutgers will go right back on their attack. They're not taking their foot off the gas here. It's Hapelli playing catch with Sokos on the far end. Now a crossover, but Abramson is there for the header. Rutgers maintaining possession. It's Kane. She passes it over to where she thought would be Sokos, but looks like Sam Weiner's there to finally have possession for the Terps. So it'll be a throw-in for Maryland with just 12 minutes, 40 seconds left in this first half. Throws it into Kate Hawley, taken right back by Rutgers, but it's out of bounds, so we'll do the throw-in again. Thrown by the Terps. And a lead pass for Hawley. Hawley all alone. Goes to work on Ojo. On the far end. Taken away by Ojo. Great defensive play there. Hawley gets it right back though, but Ojo played it softly too. Her teammate, we got a whistle on the field though. It's going to be Rutgers' ball. Gabby Sanchez with it. Plays it over to Ojo. Gets it back over to Audrey Kane. Kane realizing she has a lot of room. Smith backing up on her. Kennedy Cotter just across the midfield line. Right in front of that scores table. Chips it over softly to what she thought would be an open Emma Johns, but the Terps defense was there. As Kane gets it back once again. Kane. Back to Riley McGlynn. To Ojo. Back to Hapeli. Hapeli dribbles it across midfield line. Over to Sokos. Sokos, a little give and go action with Gabby Sanchez. Sanchez back to Kane. Kane trying to break through this Terps defense, but they won't budge. Their attack and press is not showing on the offensive end, but as soon as they cross midfield, Rutgers has no answer for this Terps defense as Cotter tries to do something here. She'll just boot it softly, but it lands right into the feet of Ava Morales, who passes it to Abramson, who chips it softly to what she thought would be a streaking Kate Hawley, but Rutgers takes it right back as they maintain possession right over across midfield.
Rutgers has not left Maryland's offensive half for the past few minutes. Maryland are really struggling to clear the ball away.
Yeah, just under 10 minutes here to go. It's Audrey Kane, and the substitutions for Rutgers are already making an impact as Kate Hawley tries to take it away, but Marcia Ojo said no. Kate Hawley looks like the only attacker right now actually trying to take away the ball from this Rutgers offense. Maryland playing very softly. DiMartino had it, but just gave it right back to Marcia Ojo. That's not the play you want. If you're Martino, take the time. Survey your options to see what's going on. Kennedy Cotter with it now on the attack. Cotter plays it over to Riley McGlynn. Sokos now in a race with the Terps defender. She wins that one. And it's Gabby Sanchez with it now. Sanchez makes a move. And a shot by Riley McGlynn just outside the box. Pretty far shot. Faith Lucky controls. If you're the Terps, you want to calm down now and strategically break out and get back to the identity that they had before the substitutions came in. Great ball movement. And, Kelsey Smith, Delaney DiMartino on the sideline, just working the ball with Ava Morales, generating opportunities as they try to fight for possession here, but Rutgers will win the battle once again. It's Hapeli playing catch with Ojo. Ojo plays it softly to Audrey Kane. Kane on the sideline just across midfield. Kane walks across the Big Ten sign, finally being pressured by Kelsey Smith, who tried to find a streaking Riley McGlynn, but that's out of bounds, and Tahira Turnage Morales will give it to Faith Lucky. And I don't know how the Terps coach is not fired up at this point, because he has not seen his offense in about 5 minutes of game time.
No, this is the first time I've seen him stand up in a solid 5-10 minutes. But Maryland could not get their foot on the ball except for when it went out of play. That's not what you want from this team. They're still in the game. There's been no goals. There's only 8 minutes left in the first half. They've got a whole nother 45 minutes to go. We should really be expecting some fire from the Terps.
Gemma Davidian, the freshman out of Bethesda, Maryland, number 20 for the Terps, will check in. And Ella Boulevard, the sophomore, number 28 from Latrobe, Pennsylvania, will also check in for the Terps. Rutgers has it on the far end now, trying to break through this Terps defense. Ball will be played out of bounds, though, so a throw in by Rutgers just across midfield. Six minutes, 45 seconds left, and Rutgers is maintaining possession for a majority of this back half of the first half. It's Hapelli playing catch with Riley McGlynn. Shot it over her head. McGlynn makes the play and keeps it in bounds. Plays it over to Audrey Kane. No, a late whistle here. And it was out of bounds. So Maryland catches a break. McGlynn almost kept it in bounds.
McGlynn's been very dangerous for Rutgers on this right-hand side, moving past defenders, getting the ball in, getting shots on goal. Maryland's defense is really struggling to stop her when she's on the ball.
Yeah, lucky. Pretty soft kick here. DiMartino gets it over to Gemma Davidian, who plays it softly for Kate Hawley. And it's out of bounds, so Rutgers ball once again. Audrey Kane with the throw in to Marcia Ojo. Ojo plays it safely to Sokos, who has a ton of field in front of her. She'll dribble it up across the Big Ten sign in her own end. Finally comes to a stop. Plays it over to Hapelli. Hapelli gives it over to Sanchez. Back to Kane. Kane walks it across midfield line. Finally being pressured by Davidian. McCain back to Ojo, who has Hawley harassing her. Kane with it now. The Terps finally pressing. Abramson takes it away finally. But no. Great play there by Gabriella Gill, who gets it back for Rutgers. Riley McGlynn plays it now. Taken away by Gemma Davidian. Davidian racing up the sideline. She has Audrey Kane on her back. Davidian comes to a stop. Plays it back to DiMartino, who finds Ava Morales. Morales has Gill on her back. Gill plays it now for Emma Johns. Taken away, though, by Tahira Turner-Morales. Tahira Turner-Morales being pressured, gives it to Faith Lucky. And
Maryland do not seem to have the attacking options forward. Rutgers keep winning that ball back. Faith Lucky just played it over the top.
As Sokos walks through the door of this Terps defense, and Faith Lucky makes the save.
Yeah, as I was saying, Rutgers just keep winning that ball. Maryland's not holding possession. It's giveaways left and right. I have to wonder what head coach Michael Marciano is going to have to say to them at halftime with 4 minutes remaining in the half. We have a break in play right now with an injury to a Maryland player. But this gives them time to reconvene a little bit, both sides. Maybe potentially get a goal, either of them, to close out the first half.
Yeah, you mentioned Michael Marciano, a Maryland legend. He's born and raised in Bella, Maryland, graduated from UMD in 2009, and he was a midfielder for the Terps from 2005 to 2008, part of that national championship team. On Friday night, Maryland men's soccer played, and they welcomed that national championship team to Ludwig Field in their win over Indiana. And he was part of both
the 2005 and 2008 national championship teams. He was a two-time captain, and he joined the Terps women's soccer program in 2023 and is assistant head coach, 2024 interim head coach, and then finally later he became the head coach. He previously served as a head coach for Drexel men's soccer from 2020 to 2022, and before becoming head coach at Drexel, he spent 6 seasons as an assistant coach at Loyola University in Maryland under head coach Steve Nichols. At Drexel, though, during his 3-year tenure, he had a record of 21-16-9, a winning percentage of 55.4, as this Terps defender looks like she is on her feet, but with some help, though. Really favoring that right leg.
This does not look good for her.
Looks like that is Lisa McIntyre.
It's a sad way to end out your season.
McIntyre played 14 matches, starting 6, finished the year with 2 goals. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a junior forward. As number 19, Simone Jensen, will check in for McIntyre.
McIntyre's been a bright light for Maryland in this game. She's had a lot of success in the midfield despite Maryland not having much possession. But let's see what Jensen can do with her spot.
4:08 left to play. 0-0 ball game here from Ludwig Field. Beautiful afternoon. Legally Blonde and cancer awareness in these bright pink uniforms, like we said, as Faith Lucky. Will boot one away. Gabby Sanchez has it now, being harassed by Gemma Davidian. Davidian thought she was passing one to Kate Hawley, but some miscommunication there, and it winds up in the feet of Olivia Bodmer. Almost a through pass there for Hawley. Morales with it now. Morales. Has it taken away by Sanchez. So Audrey Kane will work it towards the sideline. Just under 3 minutes to go in this first half here. Hepeli passes it over to Audrey Kane with nobody on her. Finally erasing Ella Bulava, applying some pressure for the Terps. Emma Johns plays it to Cotter. Cotter working the 2-man game, but finds Hapeli. Hapeli chips it over to Sanchez. Sanchez back to Kane. Kane dribbles across the midfield line. Passes it through the legs of Bulava to Cotter, who plays it for Emma Johns. Johns finds Cotter. Has 2 Terps on her back, though. It's Bulava who's able to take it away, who plays it softly for Hawley. Hawley dribbles into the midfield, and she passes it right to Emma Sakos. Sorry, Patricia Sakos. And Sakos just pushed the Terps defender down. No call there. We continue play here. It's Audrey Kane, a crossover for Rutgers, but the Terps defense is there to close the door. This Rutgers attack is really applying the pressure, but they cannot cash in. As was a minute 50 remaining in the first half. Audrey Kane tried to play it softly for Riley McGlynn, but it was too strong, so Lucky will control.
We're going to see Drew Bernard coming in. Left back from Maryland. She's got at least 2 minutes in the first half for her. Let's see what she can do. It's not too late to change the game.
It's out of bounds on the Rutgers sideline. Rutgers tried to play it for Emma Johns. Abramson has it now. A minute remaining in this first half. A final push for either team. Out of bounds off of Maryland. Rutgers throwing in front of their own bench. Audrey Kane looking to move quickly. Finds Ojo. Back to Kane. Kane now. Passes it to Cotter. Off the legs, though, of Simone Jensen. So it's Rutgers ball and a shot over the net. Dangerous opportunity there.
Yeah, missed clearance from Tahira Turnage-Morales. We really haven't seen her from this game, but that could have been bad for the Terps.
Yeah,
Wide
just
open net.
20 seconds remaining here. A final push for Faith Lucky. 15 seconds now, taking her time. Probably her strongest kick yet coming. 10 seconds remaining. No, just a line drive kick. She'll play it softly. Over to Audrey Kane, who gets it for Emma Johns. Emma Johns crossed it. A dangerous opportunity there at the final moments of the first half. But we remain scoreless after the first half, Sydney. Rutgers 0, Maryland 0. We go to halftime. We'll be back with you to start the second half on WMUC Sports. Your Terps, your station.
We welcome you back to Ludwig Field in College Park, Maryland with WMUC. I'm Sydney Schwartz alongside Justin Haberman as the Maryland Terrapins take on Rutgers University in their last game of the season. Now, we ended the first half with 0 goals apiece, though Rutgers have had more momentum in the closing minutes of the half. Justin, what do you think is going through the mind of Maryland head coach Michael Marciano as he hopes to break his team's 7-game losing streak?
Yeah, I mean, he's no stranger to this game, and he knows the ins and outs of it. And if you're Maryland, you want to continue to applying pressure in the offensive zone because they're just letting Rutgers get past midfield and letting them walk in on this Terps defense. Obviously, when Rutgers gets past midfield, they don't have an answer and they cannot cash in. But you don't want to let them get to that point. And if you're Maryland, you want to continue to work the two-man game with Kelsey Smith, Delaney DiMartino. You even want to get Ava Morales involved, and Lisa McIntyre is a goal scorer. So you just want to get back to that identity that you have within the first 30 or so minutes because in the back half of that first period that we saw, it was all Rutgers. And you want to get back to the identity that you had in this beautiful day. The fans are out here showing bright pink uniforms. You love to see it. And you want to get back to classic Maryland women's soccer.
Agree. We saw Lisa McIntyre come off the field with an injury, but it looks like she will be starting the second half, meaning we will start with both teams the same way as we started the game. Yeah, Maryland really struggled in that latter half of the first half. I mean, they were all on the back foot. Rutgers pushing opportunity after opportunity, but both teams unable to capitalize at the end of the day.
Another thing to note, in the 7-game losing streak, Maryland has been shut out 4 times. You want to avoid a 5th in the season finale. As Rutgers starts with the ball for the second half.
We are underway with Rutgers in possession of the ball. Morgan Apelli playing center back, what it seems, as Rutgers drive down the right side of the field, but it is kicked out of play for a Rutgers throw-in.
Yeah, so like I said before, I mean, it was all Rutgers. Hopefully you don't want them to continue that, and Maryland has to get control and on top of the ball early.
Kennedy Cox getting it out of the midfield, wide open space. Finds the left back in, again, Kennedy Cotter. And that's kicked out. Rutgers bring it back all the way to their center backs. Morgan Apelli moving across the field to Marcia Ojo. Bringing it forward to Ashley Baran. And that's catered out for a corner.
First corner kick of the second half here. Just third corner kick of the game. And second for Rutgers. You need some shutdown defense here if you're Marciano and this Terps team.
Yeah, Maryland's got some height in their defense. Tahira Turnage-Morales noticeably towering over much of the players on the field. It's going to be crucial for her to get this out. Plays it short. Drops it back into the box.
Action.
It's over the top for a goal kick.
Yeah, a little give and go, some unorthodox play there on the corner kick.
Yeah, that was Olivia Rusamano, who noticeably throughout the season has been very good on the attack for Rutgers. Faith Lucky's going to start with a goal kick.
Lucky with the classic boot it all the way down the field and hope for the best, but Morales controls.
Playing down the left sideline. Takes on one defender. Cuts it back. Maryland keep possession. Something they're going to want to do in this half that they really struggled with in the last half. But it's given away. Almost. Number 17, and it goes out for a Rutgers throw. We've got Sam Weiner playing right back, her second start, and has already played the full first half. Definitely a player to note in this game as Rutgers take possession of the ball. Trisha Shoko's on the ball right now, plays it back to her teammate. Ooh. Rutgers are struggling to get out of this corner a little bit. That's good pressure from Maryland's number 8, Emily Lenhard.
Yeah, so like I said, just before the start of the second half during the break, this Terps attack has to go to work, continue pressing and forcing turnovers as
Julia
Rutgers,
Joseph, all the way from right back. Bad clearance from Maryland, but is settled and is going to be out for a Rutgers throw.
Yeah, you want to continue attacking and pressing, but Rutgers had that streaking Julia Joseph, like you mentioned, as they have a throw-in now and they have it deep in their Maryland territory.
Dangerous ball, but no attackers really forward for Rutgers as it's going to go out for a Maryland throw. Sam Weiner taking the throw. Maryland has 4 shots on goal compared to Rutgers' 9. So let's see if that can make a difference in this half as Maryland maintain the ball.
They keep it in bounds there. Great job on the sideline.
Marcia Ojo on the ball now, marauding forward. Gives it away. It's Ava Morales. Lisa McIntyre dribbling forward now. Still going. Nearly pulls off the through ball, intercepted by Rutgers defense. Maryland seem to have gone back to their typical 4-back, something they've done throughout the season. Give it back now to Rutgers. It's Allie Post moving forward. Doesn't pull off the through ball, though. Kicked away by Sam Weiner. Maryland have it through the middle. This is Kelsey Smith. Finds number 32, Taryn Raybone on the right side, who's gone in. Intercepted from Rutgers.
Bad giveaway there.
Not great. Abigail Cox marauding through the midfield.
Big chance here. She sailed it wide, though.
Yeah, that was number 17, Ashley Baran, who recently scored 2 against Michigan, looking to curl it into the top right corner. Just doesn't pull it off, and it is Faith Lucky's ball on a goal kick. We've mentioned Faith Lucky likes to play the long ball off a goal kick. Do you think we could maybe benefit off a shorter pass?
I think it just depends in the moment in time, because the shorter pass would be, better if the attack for the shorter pass would be better if Rutgers is not attacking, but it's been working with Lucky all season, just booting it downfield, and if they're playing softly, Rutgers, then the long ball is the way to go.
We see Maryland down the right side, left sideline, but it is a Rutgers goal kick. Some quick moves from Delaney DiMartino on the left-hand side to get the ball moving, but fortunately does not end in their ball. This is a goal kick for Olivia Bodmer. Plays it short to the defender. They go through the midfield now. Intercepted from Maryland. And that's one back by Lisa McIntyre. Finds Ava Morales in the midfield, driving forward now. Plays the long ball over, but Rutgers win the ball back. And that's a foul going Rutgers' way.
Rutgers controlling now in their own end. Looking to break out. Playing catch, it's Cotter.
Here comes Cotter through the midfield. Trying to get past that pressure, just gives the ball away to Ava Morales. That's Kennedy Smith now. Through the midfield, pass 1, pass 2. Loses the ball eventually, but we've seen what she can do.
Yeah, Kelsey Smith fell there, but surrounded
Here come
by
Rutgers on the attack. Abigail Cox just sailing the ball right over the bar. Good opportunity. Maryland can't keep up with her. And it'll be another goal kick for Faith Lucky.
Yeah, it was Kelsey Smith just trying to generate some opportunities, trying to take it by herself, trying to play some hero ball.
We've seen that a lot from her this season, scoring plenty of individual goals, but in this game against Rutgers, it seems the team game is going to be the way to go. It's Olivia Bodmer back in goal in the ball. Just kicks it out. Maryland throw deep in Rutgers defensive half. It's going to be Taryn Raybone taking the throw. Maryland still not having many attacking options forward, but it doesn't mean it's going to be unlikely for them to score. As Lisa McIntyre turns in, finds Ava Morales wide open, swings it wide to Kelsey Smith, but it's taken away by Julia Joseph. It's the ball played in, but cleared away by Marcia Ojo. Another Maryland throw. Maryland seemed a lot more motivated at the start of this second half as they are getting plenty of more opportunities on goal than they have in the first half. Whatever Marciano told them at halftime might have been doing the work it needed. Rutgers on the ball, playing it forward. Finds Ashley Barnon, sorry. Faith Lucky comes out to clear. Here comes Kelsey Smith, sprinting down the sideline, beats the defender to the ball. Takes on both and still comes out with the ball. Gets the shot off. Olivia Bodmer stumbles on the ball. Maryland easily could have capitalized on that, but in the end, goalie got it.
Yeah, great opportunity there, generated by Kelsey Smith, like I mentioned before, trying to play some hero ball, taking it by herself. That time it worked out, led to a shot on goal, almost snuck through Bodmer, and Maryland continues the attack now. It's Ava Morales with another shot.
Shot from distance, blocked by Morgan Hipelli. And here come Rutgers now. Swinging it back to Patricia Sokos on the left-hand side. Finds Hipelli. Very confident on the ball, Hipelli is. She plays the long ball over to Ashley Bannon, sorry. Cuts in. It's a Maryland throw on the left-hand side. Maryland in the midfield now. Lots of pressure. Played down the side. Finds McIntyre. That's going to be a foul. Maryland ball. Can see Taryn Raybone calling for it. Wide open on the right-hand side. Settles the ball. Finds Weiner. Maryland finding a lot more possession so far. The quick give and go off the back line. Plays the ball over the top, but it'll go out for Rutgers' goal kick.
Maryland looks like a completely different team out of that first half. Maintaining possession, applying the pressure. Michael Marciano went back to the drawing board. Finally out of his seat this time. And Maryland is generating some opportunities here. As Bodmer surveys her options on this free kick, she'll just play it softly to her defender.
Julia Joseph now finds Kennedy Cotter. Plays it back. Marcia Ojo. And that's won by DiMartino, but Rutgers throw in. Cotter now. And it's again won back by Maryland. A lot more aggressive this half. Here comes Kelsey Smith. Finds DiMartino. Back to Smith. Cut out by Rutgers defender. Just holding possession now. Ball is played forward, but easy for Bodmer to collect. Plays it quickly to Ojo. Here comes the Rutgers midfield. Lots of time and space as the ball finds Patricia Sokos. Driving forward. Finds Ashley Barron. Sam Weiner wins the ball. Now it's Raybone. That's going to be Ava Morales going through the midfield. Finds Kennedy Smith. Takes on one defender. Loses out. Ojo goes to collect.
We got a defender down now for Rutgers.
It is a free kick in Rutgers' half. Lots of noise about that call to the ref from the crowd. Unhappy that it didn't go Maryland's way. Here goes Hipelli, driving forward. Finds Sokos. Hipelli on the ball again. Rutgers just playing it all across the back line. The closest Maryland attacker is all the way at the halfway line, so clearly no urgency here. Finds Sokos. Takes on McIntyre. Ends out with the ball. Julia Joseph is found in the midfield now, which is a change from where she was before at right back. But they want to get their attacking options forward as Maryland win the ball back. And here's Lisa McIntyre.
McIntyre seems to be okay. She went down in that first half, fell in the second half again, and now we got another injury.
That is Taryn Rybone. And it's going to be a yellow card for one of the Rutgers players.
Yeah, that's
number
Raybone.
17, Ashley Barron, who gets the card. Rybone seems to be okay. She's walking it off. But that is our first booking of the game and potentially not the last.
The only call position to Rutgers number 17, Ashley Barron.
Sam Weiner taking the free kick for Maryland. He's going to look to play it long. But ends up finding McIntyre short, who switches the field to Abramson. Here comes Abramson. Through the middle now. That's Delaney DiMartino on the left-hand side by getting attacked by two defenders, but it is a Rutgers free kick. Not sure how that one happened. As Marcia Ojo is back on the ball. .28 minutes remaining in the second half, still 0-0, but both sides are coming with a point to prove as this is the last game of the season. Here comes Sokos. Kennedy Cotter now. Back to Barron, and all the way back to Hipelli. Finds the offensive man. One back by Lisa McIntyre. Great defense.
McIntyre falling all over the field, making plays left and right. She was guarding Ashley Barron there, but
Ashley Barron's been arguably Rutgers' most dangerous player on the field this game. Keeping her quiet's been good for Maryland. As it's cleared away. One back by Rutgers. Sokos finds Hipelli as Rutgers recycle the ball to Ojo. Gabriella Gill over to Julia Joseph, who's open on the left sideline. recycles the ball back. Rutgers outside the 18 as a shot comes from distance, blocked by Maryland. Ojo on the ball now. Another shot from distance, another block from Maryland as Lisa McIntyre gets her head to it to win the ball back. Again, Rutgers intercepts it, recycles the ball back. They play this game a lot. They like to go back to their defenders, and they like to have their defenders go forward as Gabriella Gill's on the ball, gets it forward, but ultimately an offside call for Rutgers. Maryland are once again safe. We're going to see Riley McGlynn enter the field in a moment, but before that, a dead ball to Maryland. Turn it to Morales now. Outside to Alyssa Abramson. Finds Delaney DiMartino. DiMartino driving on the ball. Just holding possession now. Very different than the first half. Definitely less frantic, but I say that as the ball now goes out for a Rutgers throw-in.
Rutgers substitution, replacing Olivia Rusamano. Number 6, Riley McGlynn.
Riley McGlynn comes in for Olivia Rusamano.
Number 79.
Adela Vasakova now for Ashley Barron after getting that yellow card.
26 remaining here. 26 minutes remaining here at Ludwig Field as Maryland is tied 0-0 with the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Kate Hawley seems to be substituting in shortly for Maryland.
Hawley's got great hold-up play, which is something Maryland could capitalize on as they struggle to get numbers forward in their attacking plays. This is a Rutgers free kick. Very good position for them. To the back post, but over the net. No worry for Maryland's defense.
Here comes Kate Hawley.
Kate Hawley taking out Eva Mowry. Hawley does not have any goals on the season, but isn't to say she can't get one tonight. Here goes McIntyre. One back by Rutgers. Morales controls on the ball. One back by Rutgers again. Driving down the sideline. That's McGlynn. McGlynn's got two defenders on her, but still ends up with the ball. Still Rutgers. Ball played in. Cleared away by Sam Weiner, who seems to have hurt her leg in the process, but whistle has not been called. Here's Rutgers on the ball. 77 now. Trisha Shokos on the ball. And Maryland win it back with Ava Morales. Finds Hawley. Takes on two defenders. Finds Morales. Now it's Kelsey Smith on the ball, driving down the left sideline, takes on one defender and two. Kate Hawley's finding herself in great positions as she's just entered the field, already causing a problem for Rutgers defense. But Rutgers drive with the ball now. Maryland throw in. Got 24 minutes remaining now. Still 0-0. Justin, what are you seeing that's different from this first half of the game?
Yeah, I mean, Maryland controlling possession early, making substitutions earlier than they did in the first half, and getting momentum, generating more opportunities. But let's see what they have here on the attack.
Here's Kelsey Smith driving forward.
She has McIntyre if she wanted. She takes the shot.
Oh, wow. That was close. Had Bodmer diving, but just past her fingertips to be out for a goal kick. Could have been dangerous. Great opportunity.
Yeah, as Gabby Sanchez and Emma Johns checks in for Rutgers. 22 minutes, 45 seconds remaining here. Like I said before, Maryland getting on top of the ball, generating those opportunities, and looking more like themselves they did in the beginning portion of that first half.
Bomber plays it Schwartz to Hepeli. Now Gabby Sanchez on the ball, entering the second half of the match. Julia Joseph wins out, drives forward. Tries to play the long ball, but blocked by Alyssa Abramson. Rutgers throw. Audrey Kane now goes in, taking off Julia Joseph at right back. Rutgers leading in shots, 12 to Maryland 6, as Rutgers move forward, and another shot on goal. Sailing wide. Good opportunity, though. Looks like that was Adela Vasikova for Rutgers.
Lucky boots one downfield, and there's a whistle.
Maryland on the ball, Alyssa Abramson finds DiMartino, cut out by Riley McGlynn. Maryland on the ball, Turners Morales looking forward. Abramson finds Morales, loses the ball, finds Morales again. There's not really many options for her on that left-hand side, struggling against two of Rutgers' defenders. Here come Rutgers now. Plays the ball forward, but Lucky collects it. Maryland on the ball. Turnage Morales. Out of pressure.
Here comes the attack from Rutgers trying to force a turnover. It's what we didn't see from Maryland in the first half.
Yeah, lots of high pressure from Rutgers. Definitely the opposite of what we've seen from Maryland. As you were saying, as Rutgers come out on the ball. Gabby Sanchez now. Here comes Sokos. Ball over the top. Not a problem for Sam Weiner to defend. McIntyre tries the flick to her teammate. One out by Sokos in the end. Now it's Hepeli and Ojo for Rutgers. Looking to swing it as Raybone steps and wins the ball for Maryland. Rutgers again recycling. Finds Sokos on the left. He's coming forward past McIntyre. Hold on to the ball. But, wow, that's some strong defense from McIntyre there as it goes for a Maryland throw. She's been all over the field.
Yeah, she has been. She went down early, but she's a very strong player. She is a two-way player. She could put the ball in the back of the net, and like you just said, is a very strong defender. Soccer is a physical game, and she is one physical player.
Yeah, she's been very important throughout her career for Maryland with 10 goals and assists as the ball is played forward. Cut out by Ojo. Here comes Sanchez. Sanchez still on the ball. Finds Vasikova. Swung all the way out wide. Here come Rutgers. Finds Sanchez again. Oh, whistles past the left post. Once again, very dangerous.
Thought that one slipped past Lecky there, Sydney, but
So did I.
stays out. We
Almost
remain
looked
scoreless.
like side netting. The whistle is called, and it looks like the ref is going to review something.
He's going to talk to the Rutgers coach here.
We remain scoreless with 17 minutes remaining in the second half here at Ludwig Field in College Park, Maryland, as the Terrapins take on Rutgers University. Lucky kicks it. One back by Rutgers. Here comes Vasikova. Tries the cross in, but straight to Lucky's hands.
Some dangerous opportunities for Rutgers, and they're out shooting Maryland 13-6, but Lucky has been pretty solid so far.
Yeah, even though Maryland's been a lot more aggressive in the attacking third this half, it has seen Rutgers take the better opportunities. It's Maryland's currently on the ball with Smith. Finds Morales. All the way back to Abramson. Smith. Driving forward. On her favorite left side, takes on one player, goes out for a Rutgers throw-in. Sorry, Maryland throw-in.
"16 minutes left to play in this game here. We remain scoreless. A tie, although it's not a win, it would snap the 7-game losing streak for Maryland.
That is true. Just like the last time they met last year in 2024, where they ended with a 1-1 tie. Here's DiMartino for Maryland. Finds Smith on her favorite left-hand side. Cuts in. Doesn't really have many options. Forced to go back to Turnage Morales at center back. Weiner. Raybone. Not a great pass. Rutgers get the ball. And now it's Rutgers. Coming forward, cutting in. Finds Vasikova. Wins out against Raybone, but Raybone recovers and makes a defensive play. And that is a foul anyways going for Maryland. That was Emma Johns with the opportunity, trying to make her mark for Rutgers at the end of the season. One by Sokos, back by Raybone. Foul for Maryland. A lot more intensity this second half has proven. Last game of the season for both teams. Nobody wants to end it on a loss. Here's Abramson. Shove in the back, going Maryland's way now. Another free kick. Lots of stoppages in play this half, as it's one back by Rutgers. That's McGlynn on the ball. Maryland have it now. Tries to find Smith, is cut out again. It's McGlynn. Worked back to Maryland's defense. It's Abramson. Finds Morales. Back to Abramson, who kicks it out for a Rutgers throw-in. It's Ashley Barron coming back onto the field. taking off Adela Vasikova.
The second half is moving along pretty quickly. Just 13 minutes, 26 seconds remaining. Still scoreless, and seems like next goal could be the game-winning goal. If there is one, that is.
Yeah, we're seeing Eva Mowry come back onto the field. A very good attacking player for Maryland. Perhaps could break the deadlock. Here's Ojo. Finds Sanchez. Now Sokos. Moving the ball forward. Gets past McIntyre. Shoots from distance, but nowhere near on target. Few substitutions coming in for Rutgers right now. Maryland goal kick, won by DiMartino. Rusomano enters the field again, another attacking threat for Rutgers. The alley post as well, the only senior on this team, coming back at center forward. Slucky clears the ball, finds Raybone. One back by Weiner. There's Eva Mowry on the ball. Wins it back for Maryland as it's another free kick. Weiner plays short. Now McIntyre loses the ball. Won by Kennedy Connor. Here goes Rutgers now. Kennedy caught her on the ball still. Now Barron. Back to Sokos. Lots of space in the midfield for her. Barron again. Tries to get past Raybone, but no success. Going to be a Rutgers corner.
Collision there. Dangerous play.
Yeah. Barron's slow to get up. Raybone still hasn't gotten up. So, it's not great.
Grabbing at that right leg.
Medical staff are going to enter the field. We've got 11 minutes remaining in the second half as Maryland Terrapins take on Rutgers Scarlet Knights. We will be right back once play returns. We are back with play as Rutgers have a corner kick. Raybone has come out for Jensen as the ball's played in. Very dangerous. Cleared by Maryland. Low shot taken. Just flickers wide. Looks like that was from Gabby Sanchez. Faith Lucky collects the ball for a free kick. Goal kick, sorry. Lucky plays it high. Won by McIntyre. Finds her teammate, but collected by McGlynn. Rusomano on the ball. Goes wide. And that's a goal for Rutgers. But the ref calls it offside. So you can hear Maryland fans cheering in the stands. Looked like the opening goal of the game, denied by the offside flag. But it seems like the ref is going to review this one.
The previous play is now under review.
Welcome back to Ludwig Field. We were just reviewing a goal call, which has officially been declared offside by our referee today. The score remains 0-0 with 10 minutes remaining in the second half. Nearly Rutgers at the forefront, but just enough from the Maryland defense to keep it out. Here comes Morales, pressuring Sokos on the ball. Now Sanchez finds Ojo. Switches the field. Back to Ojo. Plays the long ball. One out by Abramson. Kept in play from Rutgers. And now a Maryland throw-in. That almost goal seems to have gotten some momentum back in Maryland. Moving a lot quicker with some more pace on the ball now. Trying to set the tone for the final 10 or so minutes of the half. Sokos on the ball. Calmly back to Hapeli. Now Ojo. Gill. Joseph. Now Ojo again. Just keeping that ball moving. Holding possession. Hapeli drives forward. Sokos. Finds Gill. McIntyre wins the ball. But right back to Rutgers. It's Ojo now. Nobody pressuring her from Maryland. She swings the ball out wide. Takes on the defender. Crosses it in. And going to be out for a goal kick. Just enough from Sam Weiner to make sure the attacker didn't get the ball from Rutgers.
Rutgers substitution, replacing number 13, Audrey Kane. Number 2, Julia Joseph.
Some substitutions now on the field. Audrey Crane will step out for Rutgers.
We seem to have another injury. This time Sam Weiner down with the final 8 minutes of the game. Rutgers all huddled up together. Center field right now. Working on a game plan as they hope to potentially get this game to be a win instead of a tie.
Maryland just making sure that she's okay and she's up on her feet walking alone. In fact, she's jogging a little bit. Takes a sip of water and ready to go.
It's been a long day in the Maryland sun, perhaps some fatigue. Going to be a goal kick starting from the back, Faith Lucky. Over the top, one back by Rutgers as Weiner gets the ball. Tahira Morales just plays the ball forward. One out by Kelsey Smith, but got back by Rutgers defenders. It's Ojo now. Now Joseph. Finds Ojo, who gives the ball away to Morales as Kelsey Smith's running down the sideline. 1v2. Taken down in the box as Bodmer goes to collect. No call from the ref. Does not seem to be a penalty Maryland's way as Bodmer throws it out to Julia Joseph.
Quick restart. Dangerous play there by Kelsey Smith. She just tried to play it by herself. There was no one around her to pass it to into two defenders, and she just got tripped up there.
Rutgers moving with the ball now. It's number 7, Kennedy Cotter, moving forward. No options on her sideline. But no Maryland defenders pressuring her as she tries to cross it in, but Turnage Morales clears it forward to Eva Mowry. Rutgers win the ball back. And now Maryland almost win the ball back. Turns away from Patricia Sokos. Finds Julia Joseph wide open. Swings it wide. And now shot on goal, but once again, Faith Lucky collects as Sam Weiner is holding her leg again down in her defensive half. Did not see what happens, but seems to have been a reoccurring problem as she stretches her calf. Play is once again stopped with 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the half and in Maryland's season. It's going to be Ella Bulova coming in, taking out to hear Sam Weiner, it seems. Always unfortunate to see a player go out with injury, but let's hope she's okay. We are also going to see number 20 for Maryland entering the field, Gemma Davitan. Drop ball, Faith Lucky collects, and it's Maryland's way again. One back by Rutgers, then McIntyre. Finds Abramson, who gets it on to Kelsey Smith. Cutting inside, still going. Back to Abramson. Under pressure, gives the ball away to Julia Joseph, who passes it back to Marcia Ojo. Now Hipeli. Gets it to Sokos. Plays it wide. Now Sokos back on the ball. Tries to find Julia Joseph, making the run, but it's cut out by Ava Morales. And now Kelsey Smith in the middle. Eva Mowry on the ball.
Great job keeping it in play there.
Kelsey Smith wins out on the byline. Tries to play the ball in, but hits Marcia Ojo, and it's going to be a Maryland corner. Very dangerous attacking move in the final 5 minutes of the half. Both teams needing that goal.
Maryland substitution, replacing number 22, Lisa McIntyre. Number 20,
Gemma Davidian checks in for Lisa McIntyre. And Emily Lennard checks in as well for the Terps. Corner kick here by the Terps.
Dangerous ball right over the top from, I believe, Ava Morales as she gets to her feet. Goal kick for Olivia Balmer. Here comes Maryland again. Kelsey Smith. Great defense from Julia Joseph, who ends up bringing her down. Maybe not the best defensive move. It is now Maryland's free kick right outside the 18. Maryland are very dangerous on set pieces, so could be a golden opportunity to break the deadlock. Going to see the likes of Tahira Turnage-Morales, the center back in the box. Great aerial threat for the team, whose last goal was against the University of Florida in a 3-1 loss. The ball is played in, sails all the way through, but Rutgers clear it. Dangerous again, but Maryland cannot seem to capitalize.
Some great opportunities here for the Terps, but they can't find the back of the net as they try to find their potentially final goal of the season.
Now Ojo on the ball again. Long ball forward. Pressure's on. Gemma Davidian loses the ball. Now it is Rutgers' throw for Patricia Sokos in the back. Now Hipeli. Swings it to Ojo, who switches the field to Joseph. Joseph finds Gill, who's finding a sprinting McGlynn down the sideline, but defended well from Abramson for a Rutgers throw-in. It's been an action-packed final 10 minutes of this game as Rutgers look to create another opportunity, finding McGlynn. Pass one. Ball into the box. Finds her teammate, but doesn't quite get the opportunity they wanted as the ball goes out for a Rutgers corner. $18 shots now for Rutgers to Maryland's 7, which is the story of this game as both teams have still failed to score a goal. Ball played in, very dangerous, cleared away, but right back to Rutgers. Hits the ball. Faith Lucky gets her hands on it.
Lucky, a timely save there to keep the ball out of harm's way and the game scoreless.
Big punt from Lucky to find Eva Mowry, who wins it, but just not quick enough as Bodmer gets it. Swings it wide to Sokos. Here comes Rutgers on the left. Finds alley post. Ooh. Another foul for Maryland. Patricia Shoko's trying to move her way up the field, but Maryland wins the ball. Ball tried to be played over the top, but Hipeli's there to see it out. Maryland throw. Looks like Delaney DiMartino is now on the right side for Maryland, as Gemma Davidian takes the throw. DiMartino back to Davidian. Plays the ball in. Gets to Eva Mowry.
Just a little too much passing there. You got to shoot.
Yeah. Both teams really not finding the opportunities to score. Here comes Baran. One back by Maryland. Cleared away.
Just under a minute remaining. Some final pushes from both teams here as they both close their season out.
Maryland on the attack now. DiMartino in the middle. Finds Emily Lenhard. Plays the ball in, but Bodmer to collect. Sends it long. Now Rutgers on the attack. They've got more numbers than Maryland here. It's Kennedy Cotter now. Then Baran. Cotter takes the shot. Right to Lucky.
Final push here.
Final 10 seconds of our game, as it seems that it'll be a draw to close out the season for both teams. And there you have it. That's been the Maryland Terrapins versus Rutgers Scarlet Knights here at Ludwig Field in College Park. We've been Sydney Schwartz and Justin Haberman for WMUC. Thank you very much.
WMUC Sports, your Terps, your station.